Hello, welcome back to Spy Money. I'm going to talk to you about the market trader or the chart trader over here. And the way you get there, we went over in another video, but just in case you don't remember, it normally comes like this and off. And if you go to chart trader and it'll turn it on. And with that, you can actually adjust this out if you want, but I'll leave mine small. I don't need all that room. I want chart to use my chart. So I've got this on playback just so we can just test it and play around with it. And we can speed it up and make it work a little quicker. But the way this works is you have buy market, buy ask, buy bid, reverse, sell market, sell ask, sell bid, and close. Buy market, if it is trading at, say right now it's trading, the ask price is 98, okay? So it's always around anywhere from a tick to a point or so from the bid to the ask. So if we pause this right now and we're one tick apart. So if we do the market buy, we're going to be buying at 12,508. If we do the bid buy, we're going to be putting a bid for 775. So the buy the ask will be the ask. So usually the market is whatever the ask is. Not always though. Sometimes the ask will be at 508 and the market will be 512. So when you buy market, sometimes you way overbuy immediately. So what we're going to do is just show you if we do a buy market, and we've got 20 contracts there from that last video. But if we did a buy, then we have no stops or anything. So we'd have to come up and hit close, or we can hit reverse. If we hit reverse, we think it's going to pop back up. We hit reverse and it sold the buy that we had, and sold the buy that we had, and then we went into a short. So right now, if it starts going down, then we will start making money. So doing it that way, that's just called a reversal. It's doing the opposite of what you had. So since you had a buy going up and it started coming down, we've reversed it and it come down. So now it's starting to come up. So we hit reverse again. It sold, or actually bought back your short, and then it went 20 contracts long. So that's how the reversal works. I do not trade a reversal. You will overtrade a reversal. I don't ever do that. So like right now, it's going back down. So then you hit reverse again, and then it'll start coming back up, and before you know it, you're always in the hole. You're always losing money. So I don't use a reversal, and that's why. But when it comes down here, that's probably going to be a buy anyway. It's actually landing on this. It may go ahead and sell off. I don't know what it's going to do for sure. But the way it's using this fib line, it's using it like a support. So if we reverse it again, see what it's going to do there. It's trying to stay above, but we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know what I didn't look at where we were or nothing. I just pulled up the market replay. Looks like that we are trying to go up. So if we hit reverse and then it starts going up, so that's how that would work. So another thing you can do is if you hit close and you just hit market buy, then it will hop it in, or the entry will hop in at whatever the market buy is at that time. So that's where it'll go. So if we go ahead and close this out, and close to just flatten, we're actually closing it out like right now. Let me pause this so we can look at it. If you hit close, right now it's going to close it at 99. It's going to close it at the bid. It's like a market close, but it's on the opposite side. Anytime you hit close to flatten it or market, then you're always paying the highest price to get in or out. So if you're going up and you hit close right now, you would close at 99. And you could possibly put it at, drop another sell up here in a limit, and then you could sell for higher. So let me show you how to do that. Let me slow it down so it doesn't speed up on me. So if you went right here and you right clicked, and you went up, and then you went ahead and done a sell limit. If you do a sell limit, it puts it in there. Now the problem with this is you still don't have a stop down there. So by doing this, if it sells, you're fine. You're no problem, but you have no stop. But if you need a stop and you don't have this up here, as far as the limit, it's there, and then you come down here and put a sell market stop. Right now, if this one sells, you've still got a stop there, which would turn into a short. If it comes back down and hits it, it'll short. But there's another way around that. If you cancel these out and you go in and right click over here and you click OCO order, then that little green box pops up. Now you can come up here and you can do a sell limit, and then you can come down here and do a sell stop. So by doing this, now you've got an OCO. So since it's up there, you've got to right click and turn it off. So now one cancels the other. So if you come down and stop out, that one will go away. If you sell right there, then this one will go away. So let's speed this up and watch it play out. The OCO is one cancels the other. That's what it stands for. Is really good to have. Now, if you wanted, you could take this and drag it up, and you can move these around. So like when you're trading, you can move this one up here. So you can keep on moving. Now, if you come over on this side, you can add contracts to it and stuff. So you don't want to do that, okay? And then you click OK. Now, if you come over on this side, then you can drag it. So you click one time, you let off, then you click again. So if I bring this on down to here, and we're just going to watch these cancel each other out. But if you don't right click and do that OCO, then these will not cancel each other's out. You have to make that OCO. Speed it up there a little bit. May not hit it there. Normally I would put it just under that fib. And if we move this down, there it goes. So we sold there, and that took our stop out. Now, if we would have bought, say we bought there, and then we don't do the OCO, and I put a sell up here, and then if I put a sell stop market there, and let's just say we'll make these things hit real quick. As soon as one hits, the other one will still be there. And then when it's there, then you're in a, all right, see, now you're in another buy. So if this thing reversed and come up and hit it, you would be in a buy without any kind of stop or profit target. So let's let this go through and you'll see. See if you'll go up and hit it. All right, so now you're in another order, and that's not good. You don't want to do that, because now you have no protection. You're just in it. It'll never go out. The only way to go out is if you come in and do it, or you run out of money and NinjaTrader shuts you down on it. So remember, if you're going to do it, then you need to make the OCO. So if you turn this on, and if you come, actually turn that off. So if you forget to do your ATM strategy, and then you just want to hop in, and then you come over here, do your OCO again, and then we can do a sell limit, and then we can do a buy limit or a sell stop, and then we right click again and take the OCO off. If that green is not there, then you're fine. Now when this goes up and hits that, you watch the stop will disappear. There you go. So here's another thing. Let's say that you have a trail stop over here or ATM strategy, and you forget to do it. It's on none, but you thought you had it. So if you hit buy market, then what you have to do is come over here to your positions, and then you find it, you right click it, you apply ATM strategy, and let's say you want a 16 trail stop. See, now it's in there. It was really quick. Let's do another one. So I got that strategy turned on. So let's turn it back to none, and we're going to go ahead and buy market. Now we're going to come back up here, and we're going to do the ATM, and we're going to add, say, the 40 tick. That'll be closer or further away. So we just added that ATM strategy. So a lot of times, and I do this often, is I will jump in a trade without realizing my ATM's not on. And then once I get in, I thought, well, how am I going to get that on there? So if you go into buy market, and then let me slow this down. If you go into buy market, well, it did it again. So we're going to do none, and then we're going to do buy market again. And then we're going to come up here, and then we're going to add the this one here, okay? So we're taking 17 contracts first because it's only good for 4 targets. So since it's good for 4 targets, it's going to take the majority of them in the very beginning. So since we have 20 here and that strategy is only good for 4 contracts, it's going to take out 17 here, 1, 1, and then a runner on the other. And we've still got our sell stop in. So let's speed it up and see what happens here. We'll either get stopped out or it'll go up and hit all of our targets and keep on going. And by looking at this, it is it should go right on up to here anyway, I would think. Now, here's a good place to put that price line. It should work here. So if we do the price line, it's not showing it for some reason. There it is, the yellow. That is the price line tool that I was trying to show you earlier in the indicators. And what I did was with the indicators, and I would come down to the price line right here, and then I just added it there. That's all I did. So now every time it goes up and down, you can look over here to see where the price is, and it makes it easier to, you know, see support resistance lines. And like right now, you're playing around with this, so you're thinking, well, I'm already in the green. Maybe I ought to take this trade. If you do, you hit close, and it just takes it out. And by looking at it, it's already double topped. So you can see that how the yellow line is coming, hitting this and hitting that. That's a good sign that it might reverse. It's really hard on it. So if you're in the green and making money and you're up, just take it. And then if you wanted, you could wait till it comes above it. And we've got our ATM in. And if it pops above that, then we can jump back in. So if we break that, then that would be a good place to get in. It's called breakout strategy. But me right now, real money, I would not even attempt this, because even if you got in right there's our target. I mean, we're looking pretty much right at our resistance line is right here and right there. We've got another one right up here, but the odds of that thing actually breaking, it looks like it's making a lower high. We went up, we pulled back, we went up, we didn't break it, so see, it's probably going to pull it down. But I wouldn't be in a short or long here. This is all range, but it's probably going to break down. That's what I would guess it's going to do, because we're making lower highs. So if we come back up on this and then drag over, and then if we do a line from up here, about there, but it's not really going by that one. It's actually going more for this one right here. So it might come back up to there. This may just keep on coming over here and either break out or break down. But you know, this is not an area that I would go into. And one thing that I showed you earlier on the drawing tools is when you see a place like this, you can go to the rectangle tool and you go right there and to really right there. That is a zone area. You can see right here where it's fighting there, fighting there, fighting there. It's coming down, fighting there, and this is all just like in a zone area. And see, now we busted out, so now you could hop in. And if you hop in, because we broke out, a little bit of charting that we did on it. So since it broke over the trend line and out of that zone, that told me that it's just going to keep on going. So you hopped in. If you go into it, right now we're at 4 contracts. That's what we're trading. And if you get nervous about it, you don't like it, then hit close and just get out of it. Maybe you see that, you know, these could go a little more. So you could take this one and raise it up to there. And you can take this one and raise it to right there. And our trail stop's just going to keep on going with it. And then we've also got our runner above these two here. And the reason I picked those is because right here is a resistance area. And right there is the high. So, you know, we're either going to go up and retest this area, then come down, which when this red line gets above this entry, then, you know, we're not going to lose money. So when you're looking at your targets and stuff, everything is important. Your charting skills are very, very important in what you do. You want to make sure that you are using your drawing tools and such in order to find it. And you saw how, you know, just drawing this out, and then as soon as we broke out of that, that told me that we're going to keep on going. So I did it. Right now, just on those three, we're up $960. It is hesitating there quite a bit, but you look over here, we've got some resistance there, this and here, but you know, I believe it's probably going to keep on going here. So there's two more, or actually one more, and then now we're at another resistance. So by setting the ATM strategy, it is just a guideline. Once you set it, that's not to say that you don't move it, and you saw how I moved them according to the other resistance points. Now right now we're having a hard time breaking through that. We could actually click close right now, take the money, or you could just go ahead and raise this up, and we got stopped, but that's fine. If it hits there, it's probably going to keep on coming down. See, it did a little bit, but you know, it might have just pulled back in order to get another run. But that's how you use those. You don't have to, you know, just get in and sit there and hope and pray or whatever. When you start using all your charting skills, and if you don't know how to chart, we have courses that will do that. Teach you everything that I just did here. Teaches the zones, the fibs, the trend lines, the gaps, everything. We go over everything in the course in order so you know how to trade better. So, you know, hopefully that can help you. This ATM strategy is one of the best ones I've used. Probably the only one that I've used that's better is multi-charts. I like it a little bit better. It has breakout strategies and stuff. And I don't think NinjaTrader does any of the stuff that multi-charts does, but NinjaTrader does a whole lot more than what multi-charts does. Now see, we broke through, so if we'd have kept that, we'd been fine. Now if we break out over this, then I'll go long again. And the reason I would is because we're over that. See, there we go. So let's go ahead and hop in there. Since we broke out, it should just keep right on going. And our next target, we could actually put, you know, from here, the targets are up here. So if we bring this right up to, actually it would be about right there. We could bring this one up to there. And we could keep this one just to take some profit early. And then we'd have our trail stop to come right on up. And it may hit here and just come right on down. That's the one thing about it. Trying to buy on breakout is sometimes hard. It'll go up and then pull right back down to it. But more than likely, this right here is going to be a major resistance target. It's going to go right up to it, and then it's going to pull back. So let's see what it does here. I'll speed it up. So you're getting a little bit more free information here in order to know how to trade. But I'm always looking at support and resistance lines. You can see, look at all that right there. That is nothing but just pure ranging. So we're going to go up, almost hit. There's our first one. We're definitely going to go ahead and hit the second. We'll definitely hit that second because we broke through this over here. Since we're over this, then it's going to keep on going. There's our second one. It should hit it. I'm actually a little bit higher than that spot, but actually I think it'll actually go a little higher than that. We can raise this on up to here. But if I set it right, I would have been right there and I would have got taken out. That would have been my second target. I raised it up here because I've got all this. So it'll more than likely go up right through that, hit that, and then it'll probably bounce down here a little bit and then go right on up. Almost. So close. All right, there's our second one. So I adjusted my limits based on these support and resistance. So that actually helps you trade. Now our next target is going to be here. And the reason I picked there is because we have all this here and all that. So that's going to be our next one. And then we're going to have a runner to keep on going. And right now we can't lose money. That we stopped. We couldn't lose money because we were above it. But I'm sure that that will keep on going. Let me speed this up just to see where it does go. See, it went right up and touched that area, and then it pulled back. So we would have got stopped out here on the fourth one anyway. So now it's coming back. And if you look at the area, you can see all of that support right in, or a resistance in there. So it went up, hit it twice, pulled back, and then it's probably going to go up and try to hit it again. And if it gets through that, then it'll go right on up to here. So that, look at how it busted through. Now that gapped right there. So that's going to come back and fill that gap down to here. See, it just filled that gap. Now it's going to run. Right there, definitely filled the gap. So now it's got the opportunity that it can go up. It's always going to fill that gap. Look at that thing go. Now once it come down to hit here, that would have been a good place to get in. Now right there, it should go ahead and go because we actually broke through that resistance. And now we're going right up here. So we could actually raise this up. Stopped. But you could, it hit that too hard. There's too much resistance there. And if we go back to a 5-minute chart and see what the 5-minute is showing. Yeah, there's a lot right through there. That's a major resistance. So looking at a 5-minute chart, no way I'd ever got in or real money. But you know, you can see how it played all this and it filled that gap and all that. There's a lot to trading, and it's not about learning one thing. You've got to look at everything at the same time. But the ATM strategies really help you because as soon as you jump in, you've already got everything set up for you. So if you hit that, you've already got your profit targets in there. So if it's moving real fast, you'll jump up and hit those profit targets real quick. Your trail stop's already involved. So it's actually really good to have. So we picked up 2 targets already. There's a third target. Now we're above the entry. So now we're going up. If you didn't have that ATM strategy, then by the time you set that, went up and tried to figure out your targets and everything else, you'd probably, lost the trade because it takes too long. So your ATM strategy is very important. Right now, it should go right on up. You take another one. Since it was bouncing off the top of this fib and it's taking support, more than likely this will just keep right on going up. So there's our first one. Second one. Third one. Now we're at break even +1. We're just above entry. So our fourth one is gone. So even if it gets stopped out now, we still made money. There it is. But we still made money. So just doing all that, of course, a lot of that in the beginning, we were just playing around. We were down, I think, 20,000. But since then, we've made 15,000 of it back. So, trading is actually, a skill for sure. You've got to have the proper tools to do it. And as long as you have the proper tools, then you should be pretty good to go. Knowing how to do all this stuff here, I didn't learn this overnight. I teach it in all my courses. And as far as the NinjaTrader, I think it is probably the best platform to use. Everything goes pretty smooth as long as you do the right things with it. But that's a little bit of live action for you, showing you how the ATM strategy works, how to set it up,